I will certainly get on Byte day one whenever it hits the App Store, and I will begin posting immediately. And Dom, if you're watching this, I'd love to beta test Byte. I have quite a few devices that I can bounty hunt on. Well, here we are, 3 months later. I have a beard and much longer hair, and I'm also on the Byte beta. For those that haven't been following, Vine is sort of being resurrected as this new app called Byte. And when I say resurrected, I mean that Dom Hofmann, one of the original creators of Vine, is rebuilding Vine, and he's calling it Byte. I made a whole video about this a couple of months ago, and since then, I got on the Byte beta. It's now closed. It actually doesn't even function anymore, but I did film a UI walkthrough that I want to share with you today. But just to caveat, this is a beta, so a lot of substantial features are missing. When it hits the App Store, it will be feature complete. Just note that what you're gonna see is a beta version. Again, features are missing. Okay, and with that, let's jump right in. So this beta of the app is called Byte Test, and it's got this like green gradient, which kind of reminds me of Vine a little bit. And then when you jump into the app, you're presented with a reverse chronological feed of what seems to be every single byte on the platform. The videos take up basically the full screen and they're auto playing. And notice that the videos are kind of snapping into place, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. So each byte has the number of loops in real time, which is cool. It's got likes and comments, and then obviously the username and profile photo. And because this is a beta, again, features are missing, so even if I tap a profile, it just opens up the comment section. You can't even click a profile right now. Next to the home tab is this little magnifying glass, which will eventually be Explore, but that's not in this build. I just want to give some props to the Byte team. They didn't have to put a placeholder for the Explore tab. They could have just left it blank. The team's attention to detail, especially in a beta like this, is just awesome. Moving to the right, we're gonna skip the camera for a second and go to the lightning bolt. This is your activity feed. Right now, it's just a very bare bones, minimalist, reverse chronological feed of your likes and comments, people that are interacting with your bytes. I hope that Byte takes into consideration larger accounts that get hundreds of thousands of notifications each day, and maybe like rank them in a way or show you things that you kind of care about versus this just like crazy long feed where it's just impossible to sort through things. But again, this is a beta and this is obviously subject to change. And then all the way on the right would be your profile, but again, that's not here. However, what is here is the ability to change the scrolling behavior. So I mentioned before that the videos kind of snap into place. You can turn off this assisted scrolling and you can kind of scroll freely, but I prefer to leave it on so the videos snap into place. It kind of just helps with the experience. But I do really like that we as the user have the choice to turn that on or off. Thank you, Byte team. Okay, and let's jump into probably the most important part of the Byte app, the camera. If you were a Vine user, this might look very familiar to you. On the bottom, you've got 4 buttons. A button to turn around the camera to swap between the front and the back, a delete last clip button, the ghosting tool, and then a camera roll option. So yes, in this beta build of Byte, you can upload videos from your camera roll, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And then you've got the big camera button in the center, and when you press and hold, your progress is shown up top in purple. So when I tap the camera roll button, you can select one of your videos, and then it puts this sort of 6-second selector, and then you can either make that smaller, but in this case, I'm gonna just pick 6 seconds of the video because that's how long bytes are. And then you just tap next, you type a caption, and you can post it. So as it stands right now, Byte, even in beta, is very promising. I think there's a large window of opportunity for a new social platform to come into the game and dominate pretty quickly. We're gonna need creator buy-in, like if some of these big names, big YouTubers, big TikTokers, big Twitter accounts hop on Vine, but it seems like the time is right for a new app to come out to give us a place to hang out and create content, because let's be honest, I still miss Vine and you probably still miss Vine, and it seems like Vine in some sort of way is gonna make a comeback. I wanna give a huge thanks to Dom and the Byte team for doing this. Doing beta tests like this with its users is so smart. It's great as a user to be able to give feedback, and I know that the Byte team is listening. And also it was just cool being on Byte in 2019. Like, I feel like Vine was so substantially part of our culture, and then it was taken away, and now it seems like, again, it's coming back. I'll be following the beta closely, and if any new features roll out that are worth making a video about, I will certainly do that. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on Byte.